Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Get Reelisms podcast, episode 128. I am Adam Chase Rani.
And I am Christine Chen, reporting live from Aledo, Texas, I think is where I am, or in between Aledo and Denton, Texas, in a hotel.
With the most, and you know, hotels, they have only the stable internet connection, right?
Totally.
They have the best internet connection.
The best is internet connection.
I mean, so far it's good. It's fine. The connection's solid, but you know, anything can happen. Free podcast, ladies and gentlemen. What can you do?
Yes.
You know. All right, Christine. So what's shaking? What's been the situation?
Today is the start of the Louisiana Film Prize, a film festival that is very near and dear to my heart. And our film Jamgasm is in there. And today is the red carpet. I was originally supposed to be there. I was there via Instagram Live. Luckily, my lovely cast member, Camille, had her phone and she was on the red carpet. And whoever was at the film prize got to walk in and I got to say hi. So, yeah. And I couldn't make it because I got lucky and landed a very nice commercial gig with Revelator in Austin, Texas. So I'm very thankful for it. We've been here. It's for Ozarka, the water.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's been fun, actually. It's been super fun because they're kind of like following these two football teams that are rivalries in Texas, so Texas football. And tomorrow we're going to be shooting a big game, so that'll be fun. I don't think I've been to a high school football game since high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I know Texas gets real serious. So, and so that's what's been shaking. But yeah, I drove here. It was kind of crazy because I drove here Monday to El Paso, which is about 11 hours, and then I had to be on a location at 1:30 p.m. the next day, but El Paso is actually still about 10 hours away from our first location. Yeah. So it was a wake up at 3 a.m. and start driving at 4 a.m. situation. So, yeah.
You mean for tomorrow? That's crazy.
Yeah. So Monday and then Tuesday I made it at 1:30 p.m. the next day after a 10-hour
Wait,
drive.
so you have a call time then tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes. I had a call time today. So this is we wrapped day 2 of our shoot. Tomorrow's day 3.
And you're driving 10 hours by...
Yes. So that was, no. So from LA is where I was on Sunday. So, because I wrapped on a AFI short film. I mentor at American Film Institute, and they're doing their cycle films, so I wrapped there Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday, I left from Los Angeles and drove to about 11 hours to El Paso, because that's kind of midpoint.
Yeah.
And then we had a location scout on Tuesday, but it was at 1:30 p.m., and El Paso is actually about 10 hours away from our first location scout, which was Aledo, Texas. And so I was up at 4 a.m. driving and got there only 10 minutes late, so I'm very proud of myself. And so we finished. Wednesday was day 1 of shoot. Today was day 2 of shoot, and then tomorrow will be day 3 of the big football game. But I'm telling you, day 1 for me was like the worst nightmare you could possibly have. So
yeah,
my call time was 6 a.m. and I wake up, and the first thing I knew that was wrong was I looked out and there was light. It was morning, there was light, which means that I had missed call time.
Oh.
Yes, the worst.
Great.
And I look at my phone, and my phone is black, like it's off. which is weird because I saw it last night, the night before, charging. Like I left it charging, and I set like 5 alarms, and it was black. And I looked at the time; it was like 7:05 a.m. or something, an hour after call time. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
At this time, I was thinking like, okay, something happened. It didn't charge and just died. No, my phone wouldn't turn on at all. Basically, completely wouldn't turn on. And like when I went to go charge it, it wouldn't. You know when you try to turn on the phone, it has that little like charging sign. There was nothing turned on at all. And I was like, cool, no phone at all.
Phenomenal.
Like, I couldn't even like plug into my car and like get a charge and like it turn on type.
Right. You need directions and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Need direction. Exactly. So I'm like freaking out.
Yeah.
I finally like, oh, I have my laptop. You know, texted everybody on iChat to be like, hi, so sorry. Like something's terribly wrong is going on with my phone. And then I load up the walkies, I leave, and I come back. I'm like, can you print out maps for me? Because I literally
Oh man.
am in a place I don't know in Denton, Texas, and have never been here. And I'm like, this is like the early 2000s, like MapQuest.
Yeah.
Out, basically.
You're getting analog with it.
Yeah. So and then of course the printer doesn't work at this point, and I am in like full panic because I'm like, I never want to let anybody down, and I felt like I was letting the crew down, and then like they probably think I'm a massive idiot. I know they didn't because they've all worked with me before. They know that this is like not characteristic of me. And so, but I was feeling like, oh my gosh, I'd never worked with a director who I admire and respect a lot. So I was like, oh my god, he probably thinks I'm an idiot. So I'm just freaking out. And finally, they print out a map. I'm like writing down all the phone numbers of people, and it's 40 minutes away. So at this time, I'm 2 hours late already. Get there, on location. I get there. I'm like, where is everyone? And I find a random high school boy, and I was like, can I please borrow your phone? You know, and he's like, yes, ma'am. I'm like, great, I'm getting it too.
Very nice about it. Wow.
Yeah, very respectful Southern boy. I think he was really scared of me.
I mean,
and I call. I'm like, please let me use our phone. And he lets me use his phone, and they're like, which high school are you at? I'm like, Denton High School. And they're like, it's actually Denton Ryan High School. I'm like, oh shit. So now I'm at the wrong high school.
Oh no. Yeah.
And don't have a phone still, so still don't know how to get anywhere.
Oh my god.
And then I didn't have a pen, and so I leave without getting directions because I realized too late that like, oh shit, I actually need to write down directions. So I find another high school boy, and I'm like, hey, can you Google this address for me? And do you have a pen? And he did not. And so he was like explaining.
High school
like,
boy?
right
He had a backpack, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a backpack. He's like, okay.
No pen. Interesting. Okay.
You go right on the street, and then right, and then left, and then right. And I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get
no.
lost. And I was like, all right, here we go. So I started driving. I did not get lost, but
wow.
to be fair, I stopped at I saw a library. I was like, oh. So I went to the library, had my laptop, and just started to research like where it was, drew like a physical map and everything. And I was like, finally was reunited with my crew and everything. And they were so gracious and so patient and nice. They're like, we knew something was terribly wrong because we knew that you wouldn't do this. I was like, yes.
Yeah. No shit.
Really?
Yeah.
My phone is black. Like, look, it is not working. And so anytime people were like, what time is it? I like reach for my phone, like, oh, if only I had a phone. Every time I was like going to look at the call sheet, I was like, well, can't. So I actually had to have someone be in my car that had a phone to drive with me so they could navigate because I couldn't get anywhere, basically. So that was my day one of shoot. So, have you ever seen 60-second shorts before?
Have I ever seen
So it's
60-second shorts?
Shorts, yeah. So there's a
From
YouTube video,
like YouTube
channel
shorts? Yeah, of course. Like TikToks?
Yeah, so there's a YouTube channel that specializes in shorts that are 60 seconds long. There is one that the whole short is the word fuck, basically. But the person says it, and it's like and you see all the different scenarios that they go through the entire day, starting from when they wake up and say fuck and till when they fall asleep. That's what my day was like.
Yeah.
One big fuck.
Yeah.
And like a million things have happened in between that F word, basically. So
Yeah.
that was my day one. Great impression. First impression. Yeah. So, yeah, that's about it. So here I am in Aledo, Texas. Tomorrow we shoot the Aledo High School versus Denton Ryan High School game. And then I will location scout on day 4. But I got lucky because it's actually in Crockett, Texas. And so Crockett is 2.5 hours away from Shreveport. So after I wrap, yep, I am going to book it to Shreveport, slam 2 slates of films, say hi, and
go.
Book it back to Crockett, Texas, so I can be on set the next day at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Holy shit. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So tomorrow's your last day then at that football thing. Okay.
Oh, no. This is like half. It's like split. So tomorrow is my last shooting day of that week. The next day is the location scout, and then we shoot on Sunday. So I'm gonna miss the whole like announcements and stuff like that for the film prize. And then Sunday night we come home from Crockett, Texas to Austin. So I'll be in Austin.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
Sunday night.
And then Sunday night, and then I get to celebrate your birthday.
That's right. That's
so tell
right.
us what are your wishes for your birthday? How old are you turning? And it's the 24th, yeah?
It's the 24th. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's my birthday. That's the year of
that's your birthday.
And I made it another year around the sun. I did it.
Barely.
I did it. Barely. But I'm going to be 29. I'm going to be 29 on the 24th.
You're so young.
Yeah, but I don't feel it though. You know, like, but also too, like the last couple years, it's been just like up and down for me. So it was just sort of like one of those things where, like, when my birthday was like approaching, like a month ago, you know, when we were just finishing up September, I was like, fuck, it's going to be my birthday. God damn it. Usually I wouldn't give a shit. And usually it would be like, you know, whatever. It's just another year. But I felt it this year where I was like, I'm going to be 29, dude. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Can we celebrate your 30th birthday earlier?
Earlier? I mean, sure. Yeah, we can mash 29 and 30.
It'll be 29th and 30th.
Yeah,
birthday.
Exactly. I'm just, it's a soft launch of my dirty 30s.
Pretty much 30. You're a soft 30 right now.
Yeah,
so.
It's a soft launch of the dirty 30. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Fuck it. You know, I'm fine with that. So, you know, I as I get older, like I realize I'm becoming more and more like my father, where my dad, he doesn't even remember his own birthday. I would have to call him up and be like, hey, happy birthday, old man. And he was like, huh? Who? Me? He's just like, he doesn't even remember his own. I'm like, who are you talking about? I'm like, it's your birthday, dummy. And he was like, oh, well, what day is it? Like he spaces out on all that shit. He doesn't, but
I feel like I do that too.
Yeah. Right, but I do the same thing. That's why, like, I don't get mad when people miss my birthday, because everybody has a life. Yeah, you know, I'm not going to expect everybody to send me a birthday text. You know what I mean? Unless it's like, you know, people I know in my life who are like, I'm like close with, like family and close friends from California and shit. If they don't tell me happy birthday,
even then.
Yeah, but even then, I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, like I just, you know. Even my own dad sometimes, like, he won't text me until, like, sometimes, like, the next day. He's like, shit, I forgot it was your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. I'm like, it's fine, whatever. I don't get mad. And I always, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but, like, yeah. Like, I give a shit less and less celebrating it, you know? Like, as opposed to, like, when I was, like, younger than 25. Like, it was just an excuse for my friends to go out and drink and party and shit like that. So like, oh, dude, it's going to be your birthday. Oh, let's get blacked out
Let's get wasted.
on a Thursday. It's just like, I mean, all right, cool. And I would do it, but it's not at my own expense. It's always like, it's just another excuse for people to drink. And as I get older, I'm like, I mean, I just want like food and go to bed.
Food and bed. Good food and bed.
I just want to eat good, and then maybe watch a couple things here and there. Maybe, I don't know, get wild, wacky with it, and then go to bed at a reasonable hour.
Yeah, that is the problem with getting old.
Yeah, and I guess I'm feeling it now.
It only goes downhill from there.
I know. That's why I'm trying to enjoy Taco Bell as much as I possibly can, because after 30,
once you hit 30, it's just going to instantly turn to fat.
I can't. Yeah, exactly. I can't hit up like Taco Bell for like 3 or 4 tacos and feel all right afterwards.
No, it doesn't happen that way. You have to do a thing called working out. Yeah, that's what I now do consistently every single day, because when I look at something like Taco Bell, I instantly gain my pounds.
Yeah, just by thinking about it in osmosis.
I just look at it. Yeah, if I think about it, I'm like, oh shit, I am fat now.
Dude, I just gained love handles. I just thought about it just the other day. It's crazy. No, I wish I had that kind of like rabbit metabolism where it just like fucking rolls right off my goddamn body, But
the problem is like you still eat the same quantity. It's like your appetite doesn't necessarily decrease at all.
No,
you
and I'm an
wanna
animal.
Eat the same quantity.
Yeah, I'm an animal. I eat. I'm like that Louis C.K. episode with him and his brother, and they're having the bang bang going between different restaurants and just like
that is what
shoveling
I do,
food and shit.
Bang.
That
is a way to do it. Yes.
That's literally
just bang bang bang.
Me. It's literally me. So that's the only thing I was scared about hitting my 30s is like I don't want to go through that, but I know I have to. And working out, I feel like that's a sham. I feel like that's made up. I fucking hate working out. I hate it so much. I hate it. Here's the thing. If you give me the
yeah. I only do it so that I can eat the same amount of food.
Yeah, but I mean, I just like I'd rather.
Oh no, I said that.
You're kind of breaking up on the Facebook end.
Work out so that I can eat the same amount of food.
Yeah, you were kind of breaking up there. You're kind of frozen.
Am I cutting out? Sorry. Because
I mean, we can.
Is it better now?
Okay. Kinda.
Wait. Okay. I'm back. Did that work? It says my connection is restored.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You're back. You're back.
Okay. Cool. That's gonna happen, folks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. I mean, we knew that. We talked about it. Top of the episode, but
the super stable hotel. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I guess I'm as excited as anybody else hitting 29 years old. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Very exciting.
It's riveting shit. But yeah. I mean, the most important is making money, of course, but like finishing the script that I'm just been tirelessly fucking working on and shit, and I'm
excited to read it.
Yeah, no,
I gotta read it so I can keep notes by your birthday. Like, help me here.
Yeah, I know, and I will. I told you I would get it to you by tomorrow, and I'm gonna be burning the midnight oil. Like that's a 100% given, and I knew I would be. Because I love this shit. Like, I actually love this story quite a bit. And with the notes that I got from friends of mine who read this script, just elevated it so much fucking more. You know, these are like notes, like kind of like, you know, like when you play sports or whatever. Like, I mean, you played sports as a kid, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, you know, like when you have like when you're doing something wrong and you have the coach like pull you to the side and kind of just like, you know, not berate you, but also like tell you, hey, you're doing everything wrong, and here's why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Here's why.
It's
Yeah.
kind of what I needed. Not to say that like the script was top to bottom fucking horrible. It wasn't. It's still it was like they told me, like they gave me good notes and saying like, no, this is great. This is exactly like what the direction you should be going in. But there's like several things that are just not really hitting as hard as you think it would, you know? And those were like the target areas that I was most worried about. And they hit the very points that I was like, fuck, okay, I guess I got to go back to the drawing board. But
That's okay though.
no,
I
but
mean,
it's not
you
even
want
really
that.
it's not
Yeah.
even the drawing board. It's just like it's now I have a waypoint from which like I can just only improve the script from that point. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that. I you know, in between interviewing and doing small little gigs and shit like that, I just sort of like trying to force myself to write. And luckily I'm free for the next 24-ish hours. So yeah, I'm going to use all that time to fucking get this shit done and right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm hustling,
Cool.
y'all.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
excited. I'm excited to. Oh, Taylor. Taylor reached. Okay, I would say hi because Taylor. I talked about Taylor today on set. A lot of people have worked with you, Taylor. I'm working with a bunch of people that know you. So I was reminiscing on how awesome Taylor was, and my favorite moment about Taylor, the DP, was him sitting on a toilet in the for Shakespeare on the Range inside the prison he's filming. Yeah. So you were there, right, Adam, for that? Or no? Damn.
No.
I always feel like you've been on every set. I keep forgetting that you only joined my life like 2 years after that, I think.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy though? It's been 5 years. It's been
That
5 years
is
since we known each other. Yeah. Kelly and I, we had a set, we had a gig not too long ago, and somebody asked how long have we known each other, and I was like, oh, about like a couple years, and then I started thinking, I'm like, wait, oh no, it's been 2018. It's been 5 years.
Oh my goodness, man, time goes fast. Time goes really
Fuck,
fast.
it goes way too fast.
Yeah, I can't believe it's October already. I'm like, what?
I know.
Yeah, this year was hard. Has been difficult.
I'm not even looking forward to the holidays because it's just going to go by so fast. I won't have time to enjoy that shit, you know?
Yeah. But are you a Halloween person or not?
I
Not, right?
fucking love Halloween. I love it
yay.
so much that it's like I make Halloween such a priority in my life that Christmas is like whatever. You know, it's like it's fun. I like it, you know, and as I get older, I think I like it a little more. But not, I mean, you know, it's something about Halloween that's so special that like, you know, it's the whole mysteriousness of, you know, what lurks in the dark, the spirits and shit like that, and monster stuff.
Like Roxy. Yeah, Roxy loves our. I wish I could show you like the inside of our house right now. It is just
Oh, I know, Rox. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, it's like everywhere.
Roxy. I mean, but I would.
I enjoy it.
But I would assume for any holiday that she would just. Roxy just seems like.
No. It's pretty much Halloween.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh okay.
Like,
all right.
I mean, she'll like do little like hints of other holidays, but Halloween is like ridiculous what she does for Halloween.
Oh yeah. Well, all month too.
I'm like, where do you put this stuff?
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing with decorations too, right? It's just like, hey, listen, I want to expand our directions every single year, but we're gonna need a fucking warehouse for the festivities.
Yeah.
But all
There
month,
it
it's
is.
just watching horror films too and whatnot. I haven't watched
yeah?
many in the last couple of days, but yeah, from the beginning of October, I just go through. What I like to do is I like to watch new shit, of course, from anything, but I revisit the old stuff that I kind of remember or barely remember as a
Sure.
kid. So like I like going back and like I haven't watched The Exorcist in like 20 years. And so I'm like, you know what? I want to revisit this again. You know, I was way too young watching it, and I just want to see if it still hits. And let me tell you something. That shit is scary. That shit is terrifying. It's a phenomenal story, though.
Watch stuff like that. Yeah. No. I watched for the first time. I've never seen it, but I'm with Roxy. So, Trick or Treat. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a movie. Yeah, the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's not a B-rated horror film, but it's like a slasher
Very
film, right?
culty. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was fun, pretty campy. And then I wouldn't classify this as horror, but it has horror elements. But Robert Rodriguez's The Faculty,
The
an
Faculty.
alien film.
Oh,
The
yes.
Faculty.
Yeah. I keep getting The Faculty and Event Horizon, the names of them switch. Have you ever seen that movie, Event Horizon?
No.
It's crazy. It's nothing like The Faculty, but it is sci-fi and it is like
Yeah.
set in space and whatnot. But like it starts off as like kind of like a pretty good, like deep sci-fi film. And then
Okay.
at a certain point, shit just fucking goes sideways. Like just
Nice.
immediately. Sort of like From Dusk Till Dawn, another Robert Rodriguez movie. Have you seen that?
Yes, it's been a long time though.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a more clear vision of what's it called? El Mariachi.
Yeah. Well, it's
I
his
watched
first.
that twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that twice, but like I don't remember much of Dusk Till Dawn except Selma Hayek's Python dance or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was so iconic. Yeah.
It gets a little wild.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, do you is Halloween your favorite holiday or it's just no? Christmas is the
Halloween's
shit.
Halloween, Christmas is the shit for me. I think
Interesting.
honestly like Thanksgiving. But the only reason with Thanksgiving is because
Food?
That's when food, yes, food and people coming together. Those are two things
Okay.
I love. Food and people coming together. So I just have great vibes because food and people coming together.
It is good
and then
vibes.
definitely Christmas because of the decorations. Like I love Christmas rom-coms. I love Christmas decorations and stuff like that. But in general, and this is probably like a time issue, and also like I don't really have again time and space and all that stuff to like just collect knickknacks and stuff. So I don't decorate, So I enjoy being around people who decorate, but I personally don't.
Wait, hold on. So
Yeah.
you like decorations, but you just don't like the act of decorating.
Yes, correct.
So you like all of the pretties, but just none of the work.
Yes.
I mean, that's fair. My sister's the same way. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's because it's the whole thing of like getting out the Christmas tree, setting it up, and then the ornaments, the lights, and then but you can't just stop at Christmas tree, right? You have to do the inside, you got to do the outside, you got to suffer through fucking icy cold ass fucking weather outside to just hang up lights that you may or may not kill yourself over. And then hang it up, and then by the way, take it all down January 1st, like the day after New Year's. That shit is going down. So you're enjoying it for roughly about a month, sure, but
Yeah. So I think it's cool and everything, but I just don't. Like it's a time thing. I just don't have.
I don't
I know
have
you
that kind
make
of time.
time and
Yeah.
everything, but like Roxy just always has time to. She just makes it a point because she finds lots of joy in decorating. I don't find I find joy looking at other people's decorations,
Mm-hmm.
but not the physical act of doing it myself. And that's probably why I'm not in the art department.
Well, and I am, I get sick of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get it. Like I have no problem decorating. That's the thing. It's like if it's work, that it doesn't feel work to me. You know what I mean? Like because it's already
Right.
fun. It's like I'm doing something that's like already cool. But like if I'm doing it all on my own, it's hard to do it by yourself. That sucks when you have to do it by yourself. And secondly, it's a lot of fucking time. You're
It's
spending
so much time.
you're spending the
Exactly. I'd
entire
rather-
day, sometimes even weekend, to just do that
Yes.
shit. And that I can't. I don't have the patience for that. I really don't.
Nope. I have zero patience for that. I'm building brands and companies and stuff like that. I need to do that instead of decorating something. I'll enjoy other people's decorating.
Yeah. And again, like I don't mind it. It's just like if it's for work, I do it more for work than I would for myself. I mean, that sounds bad, especially looking how this fucking background is in my office. But I mean, it's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I don't. The work and putting it all into it is just I don't have. Maybe on a good day, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's fucking crazy. So
Yes.
Christmas is the thing for Christine, and Halloween is the thing for Adam.
It's the
That's
thing
just
for you.
we
You
got to the
and-
bottom of it.
Yeah. Yeah, for you and Roxy. And Kelly.
Kelly,
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
yeah, I was about to say, like, I feel like Kelly is a huge. I mean, she goes all out freaking Halloween, probably more than me, to be honest with you, because
Not
like
more than Roxy. Though. You should see Roxy is like nuts. Absolutely bonkers.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I think Roxy, like, she has like a whole system down, like a system of decorating in her brain. Because for me, it's just like, okay, what do we start off with? Well, that looks cool. Okay, I guess we'll start there. Whereas, like, I feel like with Roxy, she has like blueprints and shit. She's like a detective. Like, she has like yarn on a wall and shit, and is like, we're gonna tackle this, and this. We cannot do step 5 if we don't do step 3 and 4. I feel like there's whole, it's a whole fucking journey.
Process. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
she's been perfecting that process for a very long time, so that's also why. Yeah.
That too. I mean,
Hey. Each their own, and I'm lucky that I get to experience the decorations, and I have to do zero work for them.
Right. I was about to say, and none of the work with it. Just be like,
None of the work,
wow, and then that's it.
Wow, it's so pretty. Look at our house; it's so cool.
Right.
Not because of me.
Do you like haunted houses?
No, I don't mind being part of them. Like I've been an actor in a haunted house before.
That's fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I was a psychopath or like a somebody in a psych ward. Yeah.
So
I got to grab people.
So did you have did somebody time you, or do you just have to like see through a window when people walk through?
I was in like this like psychiatric jail thing, so I could see people. Yeah.
So
they
every
come-
time somebody comes through, you just have to like
I would
freak them
just
out
grab
and
them
shit.
scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would scream and act weird and stuff like that. It was fun. Yeah.
Because I've always wondered with haunted houses, like there's some haunted houses I've been to that are like pitch fucking black, and it's like impossible.
It might
to know.
be just they just have ways to see somehow that you guys can't see.
Right. Well, that's why I was thinking. I'm like, there's got to be either surveillance or
Yeah.
there's got to be because like surveillance of like giving cues and shit like that,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
you know.
I think I'm trying to remember. I feel like we were cued to a certain point, being like they're coming, type thing, and then we
Got
would start
it.
acting weird, and then they get to a point where we could actually see them, and then yeah. So I don't mind doing that. I think it's just like I don't like. It's because I know what to expect, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think I've really gone through a haunted house by myself or with anybody or whatever. Just because.
Oh no, that's psychotic. If anybody wants to go, I mean, nothing against anybody who likes enjoying haunted houses by themselves. I mean, to each their own. Amazing, good for. I love that for you, but that's just crazy to do it by yourself. I have to have somebody else there with me to witness the glory of being shooketh. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, haunted house always fascinated me with that kind of shit because like there's some that are just so windowless that it's just like there's people that will like come through the fucking floor sometimes.
Yeah.
Like from a cellar. I'm like, how the fuck did you know I was coming?
Yeah, I can't even do horror films, so like let alone like it being real. Like
right. For somebody to actually scare you in real life, that's even more horrifying.
Yeah. No, that sounds terrible. I was like, why would I pay money to do that? I've had many people try to get me to go, and I just will not. I'm like, this does not sound fun whatsoever.
Really?
So, yeah.
Speaking of Roxy, she worked at I think Halloween Horror Nights.
Haunted horror nights. Yeah, she's done that a few times.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever done the Horror Nights yet? Oh my God. If I ever come out to LA and it's around October, we're doing a Get Reelisms spooktacular haunted house walkthrough doing a podcast.
Oh my God, it's just me screaming.
And that's but me too. Like I scream like a bitch as well, you know? Like I mean my first haunted house I cried with and my sister was
But see, that's the thing that doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you pay to get so scared that you cry?
Yeah, well, I was also 11, Christine. I was a child, so you know, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. As I got older, like I realized, like, not about fakeness, but confronting those fears and understanding it and knowing what it is. Because I would rather do that than skydive. You know what I mean? I'd rather
skydive.
You'd rather skydive.
Yes.
That's fucking insane. I would not. You know what I mean? So that's why like I don't mind watching Jaws, but you will never see my ass go out into the water. Because of that. It's an example. That's the reason why I don't go into the fucking water. You know? So you'll never see my ass in the ocean, and you'll never, if I ever get an opportunity to go to space, I will never go. I love space. Sci-fi is my favorite genre of all fucking time. I will never go to space. I promise. I will.
I don't think I would want to go to space either.
That shit's too fucking dense and too scary. Anything can happen in space. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, at least in the water, there's some shit that's just out of the fucking radar for sure. But like, at a certain point, Tom Hanks was rescued in Castaway. I think I'll be rescued at some point. I'll make friends with a volleyball. It'll be good. But yeah, I don't understand like thrills like that. Like I'm also realizing I don't like roller coasters that much. You know what I mean? Because like
I don't mind roller coasters.
That gives me more anxiety than haunted houses. Because I realized the last time, it's crazy because I went to Disneyland at least 2 or 3 times a year with my mom. You know, when I was growing up as a kid. And I love roller coasters, but I hated the feeling before going on it. I always hated the feeling just before you go on the roller coaster. And then afterwards, it's like this, I guess, euphoric feeling because it's like, I went through it. I did it. It's done. Fuck yeah. You know? But then as I got older, I realized I'm just like, I don't know if I want to put my body through that much anxiety anymore. But for some reason, haunted houses, yeah. Now, haunted house, like when people, I do have a story. So there was one haunted house that I didn't know that is full contact. So for those of you who don't know, there's certain haunted houses where there are people like actors who will like grab you, who will legit like pick you up and carry you sometimes. And I've been in one, and I went, it was a second date, and I went with this girl who didn't tell me that this was a full contact haunted house. This was years ago.
Oh.
I was like 20, No, 22. I was 22 years old. And I was dating this girl, and she took me to this haunted house. Didn't tell me it was full contact at all, you know, because she asked. She was like, "You want to go to a haunted house?" I'm like, "Sure, fuck it, why not?" I didn't really ask, so I'm not going to put it all on her. But I went, and this guy came out of like the crevice of a wall. But I saw something, like it was the beginning. It was literally the first 2 minutes of the haunted house walkthrough. I saw this guy in the crevice of the wall, and then the guy fucking like took a piece of the wall and just like ripped it open and grabbed my shoulder.
Oh.
And I mean, not for nothing, I'm a kid from Oakland, so if I get grabbed, I'm going to hit you. I'm going. So I fucking the guy's hand was like right here, grabbed me. I looked. I didn't even have a chance to look behind because my fist was already midway, and I just clocked this dude in the bottom of the chin, and he fucking yanked back, and he closed the wall. And I didn't see that person, whoever it was, ever. I don't even know if it's a girl. Like I don't know who it is. But they were wearing like a skeletal looking mask, and I had no idea. And I just clocked this fucker right in the jaw. And the girl I was dating, she was not happy about it. She was just like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" I'm like, "I didn't know they're gonna grab me." And she was so mad. She was like, "You know what? All right, let's just get out of here." And I'm like, "Thank God. Yeah. I don't want to be grabbed again."
Yeah. I mean, see, that's why you don't. I'm like, nope, that's exactly what. Nope.
Yeah, Gilbert Baker Film Fest. Yeah, says it best.
Yeah, why would I pay money to want to punch
full contact? That's crazy, though. Like, for somebody to physically grab you and, like, pick you up. Like, there was someone who said, it's like, "Oh, yeah, there was someone who, like, picked me up." I'm like, "What?" Like, yeah. I was picked up, and like they just hoisted me and just like carried me around for like 10 or 15 seconds. I'm like, I would be screaming. I would be screaming. I'd probably cry. Like, I don't like, if it's a stranger, that's fucking nuts. But that's not the point of a haunted house. Haunted houses are not like supposed to fucking, grab you and shit. They scare you for sure.
That's why it's called full contact.
Right. And I had no idea. I didn't even know that was a thing until I was dating this girl, and she was like, "I mean, yeah, there's so many haunted houses like that." I'm like,
"Yeah,
that's crazy." Like, they need to tell you. Like, there's another haunted house, but it's not like a haunted house. It's like a torture house, really. It's called like it was like something Manor. I don't know. It was like something Gracie Manor. No, it's Macy Manor. I don't know. But basically, it's like they put you through like torturous situations. Like, you have to crawl through like an electric fence and shit like that. Gilbert Baker Film Fest says immediately exit stage left. Yeah, 100%.
Agreed, 100%. Yeah, I don't know why anybody would pay money to do that. That's why I don't do.
To be grabbed and shit, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because like I've been in fights in high school. Like I've been jumped once, and that shit follow you forever. That shit. I mean, it wasn't like by adults. I was a kid, and there was just like a bunch of kids who just fucked with me. But that's literally something you do not fucking do to another human being. But of course, if you pay money and you go to it, you're asking for it, I guess. But whatever. I will stick to my Disney ass fucking haunted houses where people don't fucking pick me up or grab me. Sorry.
Or just don't go to haunted houses. The end.
Yeah, but for Adam, that's not a choice. I'm kidding. I mean, yeah, I get it, but they're fun. They're fun, especially when you go through movie-themed haunted houses. That shit is even more fun.
Oh yeah,
that shit is awesome. Like there was a Shining haunted house that I went to a few years ago. I think it was in Universal. Yeah, it was in Universal. And there was like a Shining like walk through haunted house and stuff, and that shit was kind of cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Nope.
But I get it.
Not for me. Not for me. Yes.
And look, skydiving's not for me.
That's fair.
Different strokes for different folks, folks.
Wait, I've heard occasionally people infiltrated haunted houses. So again, what?
Gilbert Baker from Film Fest says, I've heard occasionally malintentioned people occasionally infiltrate haunted houses. So again, nope. Or all's fair in haunted houses or force. Or
I've literally heard of that
totally.
Too. Like an actual murder happened, like in a haunted house.
Yeah, no, but those are, you got to keep in mind though, those are like hole in the wall ass, like fucking, your grandpappy's uncle's cousin's nephew's haunted house. You know what I mean? Like that's like hole in the wall shit. Like I don't trust those haunted houses. Not for a fucking minute.
Gross. No.
Yeah, I get it though. Yeah, there are definitely, that doesn't stop. You're right, Gilbert Baker. It doesn't stop people from like going to those professional haunted houses and fucking doing horrible things to people. Yeah, no, that's the fucking worst. But those people aren't fucking cool, and we don't like them here in the Get Reelisms podcast. No, there's something else I was going to bring up, and I completely forgot my point. But I guess it doesn't matter. Guess it's not important. Yeah, but I don't know. I enjoy haunted houses. That's probably a problem. I don't know. But
it's probably a problem. There's some sort of deep set trauma that's making you like more trauma.
Maybe. Have you ever seen? Speaking of trauma, have you ever seen the movie The Fabelmans, the Steven Spielberg movie?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Roxy really liked that one.
I love that fucking movie. It is so fucking great. Well, just the beginning of it, of like this poor young boy who never seen like a train car crash before in his life. And he was so terrified of it, but fascinated, was exactly like my love for like horror films and stuff. I was so terrified of it, but I need to understand it. Like I need to get it. But it was in the same vein of like action films too, like Jackie Chan, police story action films. I'm like, how the fuck do they do that? It's the same thing for horror films. And so seeing young little Steven Spielberg kind of like crash, make a Super 8 film in crash. Okay. Gilbert Baker says, got to go to a premiere at TIFF 2022, Toronto International Film Festival. That's fucking awesome. I bet that was rad. I bet that was an awesome time. So the Fabelman, like in this scene, the Fabelmans, young Steven Spielberg had this fear of watching The Greatest Show on Earth and seeing this train car like kind of collide into one another. And he was so fascinated but terrified of it that he wanted to recreate it. And his mom taught him that like sometimes things don't need to be scary if you understand it well enough. And that's exactly what young Steven Spielberg did, was just like repeat the same crash over and over and over again on camera. And to the point where like the mom like gave him like a camera for Christmas and like this train set too. And was just like, how about you just face your fears and just film the crash yourself? Therefore, it's not that scary. But that's where Steven Spielberg had his fascination, and came back to his mom and said, so I didn't crash it once, but I crashed it about 50 times. And I wanted to get different angles, recreate it, and see what I can do differently and whatnot. And it's just like the birth of this young little director, born out of a fascination from something he was so fucking terrified of.
Scared about. Yeah.
But it kind of makes sense though, right? Especially with like stories like, Jaws and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I think
fascinating shit.
I relate to that. I think we write things that we know, right? And a lot of times we write things to process stuff, right? Process things emotionally, and so it's a little boy processing fear and understanding how to not be fearful of it and instead find fascination with it instead. So yeah, totally get it. Mine's usually processing emotions and trying to understand like why I feel a certain way or why people would feel that way. It's in doing that, it makes my whatever situation I'm going through just a little bit easier to get through because I can put myself in all the different people's like shoes, you know,
Right.
character
And have different
whatnot.
timelines and
So
stuff. Yeah.
correct. Yeah. So it's a cool approach to facing one's fear. Agreed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
That's about it.
I mean, I guess I mean we're going about 53 minutes unless you got anything else
Yeah.
you want to talk about.
No, just if you are happen to have time, please go and watch the Louisiana Film Prize films. You can do it virtually, so there's a virtual option that you can go and buy a ticket, and you just have to watch all 20 short films. There are a lot of great ones, and you can go and vote. Uh, Maybe you might love Jamgasm. Hopefully, you will. But there's I love the Louisiana Film Prize. We're not sponsored by them. We should be, because but I'm like one of their greatest fans because what Louisiana Film Prize has been creating this community that makes it safe to make films, and you can test things and try things, and the community comes together to help each other out to make those films, and I have come to appreciate this very, very much, especially having moved to a place like LA.
Well, I was going to ask you that question. I've always wondered this. Does it feel I mean, of course it's way more intimate, right? When it comes to the LA Film Prize rather than like, you know, the North Hollywood Film Festival or whatever their big giant film festivals usually are. I mean,
Right.
just by size alone, but like there's a particular magicness when it comes to having a, you know, Louisiana Film
Intimate.
Prize kind of
Totally.
keep sticking the way that it always has been, just by appreciating local filmmakers and showing there's fucking talent in that state, and
Yeah.
a lot of people need to fucking see that, you know.
Yeah.
So does it feel like
Yeah.
it's better creatively for you to surround yourself there than it is like in LA? Not to bash LA, but
It's
I
a
mean,
different. It's a different.
it's a different
mindset.
vibe.
So
Mindset?
yeah, I wanted
Okay.
to read what Gilbert Bakerfield has said. But stories on screen help us all be seen, heard, valued, loved, not alone,
Yeah.
etc. That's very, very true.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's why we do it.
Very
I
well
think
said.
the difference is that like in LA it's you have to go out of your way to create community, and
Hmm.
when you don't, you just feel like a little tiny blip that's just trying to make it, and you're in a aquarium full of equally fancy, if not fancier, guppies, and you're just trying to stand out, you know. So it can feel very lonely and isolating and stuff. Whereas in the film prize, like most people are there just to make it because they just love making movies, you know. That in this once a year thing, you know, just like making it and hoping. I don't know. There's something about like this is the only festival that you're forced to watch all of the films, basically, which is
Right.
a whole other experience. They only focus on 20 films. Most film festivals that you go to, there's like hundreds of films. There's no way you can watch all of them. And then you meet a filmmaker, you like don't know if you didn't watch their film. It's like hard to kind of, you know, you want to watch someone's film and be able to tell them like, oh, I love the way you shot this, or I love the way the story plays and stuff like that. And you get a lot of value doing that. And you just don't get that level of participation from the audience and from the filmmakers themselves because you can't, because there's just it's overwhelming, you know.
Gilbert
How
Baker
long does
Film
the film
Fest
festival go?
asked how
Oh,
long the film festival is available for.
it's just this weekend, so it started today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday they announced the winner. So the winner, it's huge. So the grand prize winner, they've brought it back since the pandemic, is $50,000. And
That's
you
cool.
get to and the rules are you just film in Shreveport, Louisiana, and if your film is proven to have been filmed in Louisiana, then you can compete. And it's awesome. I love it very, very much. I've pretty much been involved in some way every single year since 2013. I've made pretty much
10 years.
80% of my short films. Yeah, 10 years. It's not nuts. 10 years. Yeah. 80% of my short films were made in Louisiana, Shreveport, Louisiana specifically. It's just, there's just a lot less red tape, and businesses are so willing to help out, and the community is so willing to help out. So like getting something made is very hard versus like in LA, you like want to shoot in one place and you got to get a permit, and then within that permit, get another permit. And then like on the specific street, get yet another permit. It's just like obstacles after obstacles that prevent you from filming, it's just different. Shreveport is like, please film. Like here's some free stuff. Thank you. You go and you like showcase like a business, and they thank you for being there. Not like in LA is just like, how much money you're gonna give me.
Right. Well, I mean, there's kind of an empowering feeling in the Louisiana Film Prize as opposed to Los Angeles, because I mean, it's like a celebration of people who just like give a shit about film and just want to make something instead of like. Yeah. I noticed even a few sets that I've worked on here in Austin would have the intention of certain film festivals. Yes. You know what I mean? Like certain bigger, it's like, oh no, I need this movie to go to Sundance. It's like, well, okay, but why? Like, is there like, you made it specifically for Sundance? Like that's kind of,
it's hard. It's like, it's a catch-22 because it's like, it's one of those things. It's like, and every filmmaker I think gets wrapped up in it all, because it's like, to be relevant as a filmmaker, you have to be validated by these external, sources such as the Sundance and stuff like that. And professionals within that industry, like almost take that as a rite to passage. And so like, if you don't qualify or aren't in some of those festivals, they kind of just write you off, so then you feel like your entire value as a creative is defined by which festivals that you get into. If you don't, you almost feel like, oh, I shouldn't be creating. And it's cool when you have little festivals like Shreveport, the Film Prize, where like people go there just because they just want to tell a fun story. Like I had so much fun making Jamgasm, and the whole point wasn't like, oh, because I want to get in Sundance. It was because I wanted to make people laugh, and that was lovely. Just that was my whole point. Like, hey, how can I make people laugh? How can I tell a story that like people really, really enjoy? It was for the people, and I think that's the fun part about Film Prize. I wasn't worried about everything else. And it's hard not to make something that's for like the purpose of a big festival or whatever, to win or whatever. And I had to come to a lot of self-reflection lately of like, why am I doing this? Right. And I think that is one thing that LA is very good at, is making you question your career choices.
Because if you don't,
you wake up every day and you're just like, why?
Right.
Why am I doing this? Is it worth it?
And
And if time and time again you still wake up and say, yes, it is, then then you keep going. But like LA makes you really, really question that because of all the stuff you have to go through. And and you have to remember, it's not about the fame, fortune, chicks, money, whatever, that as Jamgasm I say. Yeah, it's about the process, trusting the process, loving the process and everything. And I think that's what makes the Film Prize so fun, because it's the process. You're in love with the process. You're in love with being able to create and share that process with other community members as well. So that's why I love it so much, and that's why I continue to create for that festival. So hopefully I eventually find my own community here in Los Angeles, and it won't be as hard. But for now, Oh, let's see. We've got Gilbert says, I will squeeze it in. We have a domestic violence awareness film night and discussion for 2 5-hour windows, Friday, October 20th, and again, November 4th. We'll watch Saturday. Ooh, yay. Thanks for the heads up. Hope that you will submit to one of our upcoming festivals. GBF F 2023 is happening soon. We'll give you a waiver for free. Yay! I might do that. I might, if it's an older film, hopefully that's okay. Or I'll submit my recent one, Jamkasm, as well. So I'll message you about that. That'd be excellent. Thank you so much for offering that. Gilbert Baker Film Festival.
Yeah. I mean, it's not to isolate anybody or feel alienated. Everyone in LA who, you know, probably do have like a small community of filmmakers and stuff like that. But it's just, for context, it's just like LA is so dense that to me it feels like New York, but just bigger and denser,
more spread out, more
and way more spread out, to the point where it's like every little sub neighborhood is like a city. It's like a town in of its.
Yeah, mid city. Literally, there's a whole apartment complex that is legitimately could be a city. Like,
literally, yeah. And in New York, like there's boroughs and stuff, and there's like little kind of, you know, but it's just for LA, for anybody who doesn't understand like the full context of Los Angeles. It's so fucking huge and dense. There's no way for you to get to know people, you know what I mean? And that also includes Hollywood. Like, it's not like Hollywood is this elite like club. Some of it is, I'm pretty sure, but like, it's like a revolving door. It's just people are coming in and out all the fucking time. Whereas opposed to LA Film Prize, that shit's for life, man. You know, those people give a shit about all that, and it happens every year. You know.
I have about 1 minute before my Instagram is going to. It will briefly stop because it says my time is limited.
Well, we got to wrap it up
I will
anyways.
Restart it. Yeah. So just letting you guys know if it does it. That's why. But I can go right on.
Well, then,
I'm Marie Gilbert Baker has founded our festival, and we are a growing festival. We offer sharing our ticket sales revenue with our filmmakers. We work to amplify and celebrate LGBTQIA plus stories on screen and creators. Perfect. I've got like 2 films for that. Yes, all about amplification. Older films are welcome. Happy to blow off digital dust and amplify. We allow 2 works per creator and festival year per event. Great. Well, there we go.
How fun.
2 of them. I mean, even Ursley, the feature film Ursley that I have is LGBTQIA as well. So we'll see. I'll send some stuff, and hopefully you guys will like it. So.
Well,
all right.
That does it about the Get Realisms podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You know what it is. It's the GetRealisms.com. Get your book, get all your merch, get your hats. We're rocking them today. That's what's up. We're looking fly as fresh, and I haven't showered in my hair in like a couple days, but it's I got it. I'm gonna do it right after this. Okay, stop yelling at me. So GetRealisms.com. Pick up everything. Get Realisms. Everything you need. Baby book out today, ladies and gentlemen. The ABCs of filmmaking. If you're illiterate like me and you need a book to kind of help teach you about the ABCs of filmmaking, like myself, pick it up, man.
If you have filmmaker friends that are having kids, this is the best film gift that you could possibly give.
Right.
It's literally an ABC baby core book.
Even if you have the baby cooking in the oven, just fucking read the book to
start them strong. Never too early.
So by birth, they already have the knowledge. See, like
you already know what A is for apple box.
Yeah, literally. First word is going to be apple box.
Apple box. That is awesome. Yes, because of our book, your baby's first word could be apple box.
And that's guaranteed by Christine Chen, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Funny.
Well, that's been the Get Realisms podcast. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. We love you. Hopefully we'll be back next week.
Yes, thank you, Gilbert Baker Film Festival, for participating and all your comments and everything.
And everybody watching, too.
I will message you.
Yeah, everybody on Facebook watching, we appreciate you, and Instagram as well. That's about does it. See you guys on the other side, and yeah.